We know what it's like, don't we? To understand intellectually that we are worthy. We're told by friends, by mentors, by every book on the shelf that our worth is innate, unchanging, and divinely given. And yet, when night falls and everything grows quiet, something still aches. Something inside still whispers, you're not there yet. You've said the affirmations. You've repeated the truths until your throat was dry. You've sat in meditation, whispered to God, written letters to your future self, and still, the peace you seek keeps slipping through your fingers. It's like a mirage. You touch it for a moment, and then it's gone. And so you try harder. You read more, you heal more, you seek more, because you know you're worthy. So why can't you feel it? It's not that you don't understand worth. It's that your system doesn't yet believe it's safe to feel it. You see, we confuse awareness with integration. We think that knowing is the final step, but knowing is only the invitation. Worth isn't something your mind learns. It's something your body remembers. And until your body feels safe, it will keep pushing away the very peace you've been chasing. Here is the truth no one tells you. When love was once conditional, when acceptance was something you had to earn, your body learned that feeling valuable, ISN safe. You didn't lose your worth. You learned to disconnect from it. Every time affection came after a performance, every time approval followed silence, every time presence was offered only when you behaved, your nervous system received the message. Stay good, stay small, stay pleasing. It's safer that way. So the very act of feeling worthy now, as an adult, can feel threatening. Because deep down, your system still equates visibility with risk. This isn't about low self-esteem. It's about old protection. You didn't forget your worth, you protected yourself from it. Because feeling your value once meant feeling exposed. And being exposed once meant feeling unsafe. So now, when you try to affirm your worth, when you whisper, I'm enough, a quiet part of you flinches. Not because it's untrue, but because your body still remembers the time it wasn't safe to believe that. There is a split inside most of us between the part that knows we are enough and the part that still protects us from feeling it. The mind says, I know my worth. The body says, it's not safe yet. And that gap between knowing and feeling is where most of our exhaustion lives. You feel it as restlessness, as overthinking, as perfectionism, as the need to keep achieving even when you're tired. Because if you stop moving, the silence roars. If you stop fixing, you have to feel. And what waits to be felt is often the old wound, the one that says love isn't guaranteed, the one that says safety depends on control. That's the part of you that tightens when peace approaches. That's the protector. And it's not your enemy, it is the child who once had to be perfect to survive. You can't shame that part into disappearing. You can only make it safe enough to rest. So when you feel resistance to feeling worthy, you're not broken. You are remembering safety one cell at a time. So what now? How do we bridge the space between what we know and what we feel? Not through more doing, not through more approving. Through present, sacred, steady presence. Let's begin gently. First, pause and sense. Place a hand over your heart. Whisper softly to yourself, when I say, I am worthy, where does it land in my body? Maybe it floats in your head. Maybe it doesn't land at all. Maybe it hits resistance in your chest. That's okay. That's your body showing you where the old stories live. This isn't failure. This is contact. Second, breathe into that resistance. When you feel the tension, don't run from it. Breathe into it. Tell your body, it's safe to feel this now, because the body doesn't release what it still believes is dangerous to touch. The moment you make space for resistance, you stop fighting yourself, and peace starts to slip in quietly between your breaths. Third, invite safety. Ask yourself, what would make me feel just 1% safer right now? Maybe it's loosening your shoulders. Maybe it's lighting a candle. Maybe it's whispering your own name with tenderness. Safety is not built in one grand moment. It's built through 1,000 micro permissions to exist without defense. Fourth, let love land. Let someone's care, even if it's small, land for 3 seconds longer than usual. Don't deflect it. Don't intellectualize it. Just receive. Because your nervous system learns worthiness through experience, not explanation. And finally, act from worth. Choose one small action today that you would take if you already felt whole. Send the message. Rest without guilt. Speak your truth. Say no. Every time you act from worth, your body learns that safety and self-value can coexist, and that's how knowing becomes feeling. That's how worth roots quietly, steadily, until peace grows from it. And now, the truth that rewrites everything. You never lost your worth. You only lost access to the feeling of it. The truth never left. You just stopped touching it because it once burned to hold. But now, with gentleness, not force, you can let it return. Because worth isn't something you earn, find, or build. It's something you remember. And when you stop performing for it, you begin to embody it. That's when peace becomes effortless. Not because everything outside of you is perfect, but because your inner world finally stops fighting itself. You begin to trust the quiet again, to trust the spaces between doing, to trust that your existence is not conditional. You begin to understand the feeling of worth isn't a high. It's a grounding, it's a returning home. It's the soul saying, it's safe to be here now. So many of us think God is waiting at the top of the mountain that we must climb, achieve, transcend. But what if God is waiting at the base? In the stillness, in the moment we finally stop running, God doesn't ask for proof of your worth. God is your worth. You don't pray for value, you pray through it. Every breath, every tear, every act of gentleness toward yourself is God remembering God. This is the holiness of being human. Not perfect, not healed, but remembered. So if you still feel disconnected, if you still can't feel what you know, don't despair. You're not behind. You are rewiring centuries of survival. Your system is learning that love no longer hurts, that worth no longer requires performance, that peace no longer needs proof. This is not slow progress. This is sacred timing. And every small exhale, every moment you choose rest over control is a prayer in motion. When the mind and body finally agree, life feels different. You stop needing to be seen to feel real. You stop chasing to feel alive. You stop over-explaining your softness. You begin to move with a quiet strength. Not because you've mastered worth, but because you've stopped fighting it. Peace no longer feels fragile. It becomes the ground you walk on. You laugh more. You say no without guilt. You speak slower and listen deeper. You stop apologizing for existing. Because when worth roots in the body, you no longer fear the silence. You become the silence steady, alive, radiant. So take one last breath with me. Feel it travel from the base of your spine to the crown of your head. This is life saying yes to you. You don't need to fix yourself. You don't need to prove your readiness. You don't need to wait until you feel enough to begin. You are already enough. And now, slowly, your body will begin to believe it too. So when the old voice returns, when doubt tries to convince you that you re-lost again, remember, worth doesn't disappear. It only hides beneath fear. And fear can only last as long as you hold your breath. Exhale, return. Rest. You are never separate from your worth, only separated from your safety. Now that safety is returning, now the peace you've prayed for begins to feel natural. If this message spoke to the quiet part of you, the part that has known, deep down, that worth is more than words, stay with us. We're walking this remembering together. Subscribe to this channel so you can keep receiving these transmissions, these moments of sacred pause. And if your soul wants to go deeper, join the newsletter. That's where I share the writings and practices that aren't shared anywhere else. They're love letters to your worth. They're reminders that you are not alone on this path, because this isn't about becoming worthy. It's about remembering that you already are, and that remembrance is peace.